Did you plant maize without fertilizer, or are you wondering which fertilizer gives the best yields? Don't worry, in this video, I will show you the best fertilizer plan for maize and when to apply it. Yes, a step-by-step guide for a bigger harvest. Mine, I will take a very different approach from the normal that farmers normally use, but there will be a result. So make sure to stick until at the end. So let's get started. When I'm planting my own maize, I prefer not to use the normal DAP fertilizer or any at all. During planting, I would really would love to use manure, and that's what I usually use. I plant with manure. Then on the 14th day, I love now to introduce my DAP fertilizer as a top dress first. This one, at this stage, the maize has developed some enough root hairs that will manage to absorb the nitrogen and the phosphorus from the fertilizer and have a faster growth rate. During germination, maize seeds or any other seed in this case tend to use the food stored in its endosperm that it utilizes during the germination. But at this case, it doesn't use the fertilizer that you've applied. So any fertilizer that is applied during planting most of the time ends up leaching before this seed develop enough roots to absorb the nutrients. And that's why for efficacy and for high efficiency, I usually recommend to my farmers to top dress on the 10th or 14th day after sowing. At this stage, the seed has developed enough root hairs and it's a good seedling that can manage to utilize the nutrients and grow faster. Imagine you plant and then for a whole week it rains. All the fertilizer that you've applied just gets leached away and that doesn't give the desired results. So at this stage, personally, I prefer to apply DAP at the 14th day after sowing. Alternatively, I can also tend to use NPK 23-23-0. This one, it has a higher nitrogen and phosphorus compared to the NPK 17-17, as it has the 23% nitrogen and a bigger percentage of phosphorus and doesn't have the potassium. This tends to boost the growth. Nitrogen boosts the leaf and the foliar growth, while phosphorus enhances the root growth. Also, I also tend to love to utilize more of the foliar boosters such as the Easy Grow Vegetative or as other liquid foliar fertilizers to enhance growth. This one, you can apply it from the second week after sowing. This one tends to enhance growth and faster development. Now, from that, I do my second top dressing, which enhances bigger plants and also will ultimately give a faster maturity. This one is almost at the end of the first month, where if I planted with the DAP, now my first top dressing I will do with NPK 23-23. At this stage, the crop is around 1 meter high. Yes. And what it needs at this stage is faster growth because I need to harvest my maize as fast as possible. So applying another portion of NPK 23-23 or even the DAP, it will develop more foliars in terms of the leaves, and it will also develop more of root below, which will help in the absorption of the nutrients and ultimately a faster growth of the crop. So at this stage, I prefer to apply the NPK 23-23. Most people now at this stage tend to make a mistake as they believe that for the first top dressing you should do CAN. Now, CAN is a good top dressing, but the calcium in it does not help in the early growth. Actually, the calcium tends to help in the formation of the seed and also the enlargement and the weight gain and all that. So it is ideal now for our next stage, which is now around the flowering stage where the maize crop tend to give the tassels and all that. This is the stage where you need now to introduce the calcium ammonium nitrate or the CAN fertilizer. Now, this one will provide the calcium and also a balanced portion of nitrogen that will help in the growth and also the formation of the seeds. This one is very ideal, but it should be applied at the right time when the maize is around, let's say, around 2 meters, all at the onset of flowering. Also, the other good thing is that at this stage, it's also recommended not to apply more of the high nitrogen fertilizers such as the urea or even the DAP, because at this stage, it will enhance more of the leaf growth and less of the seed formation, which will disadvantage the farmer and make sure that he doesn't get big fruit. So at this stage, the best that you can apply is the CAN. Now, let me give you now the whole summary of it. At an early growth, that is 14 days after planting, here we've said you can use the DAP or the NPK 23-23-0. This one, it will boost the root and the leaf growth. Then the second top dressing, which is 1 month after planting, you can apply the NPK 23-23-0. This one, it will speed up the vegetative growth and also shorten the maturity. Now, the bud stage, which is now the flowering stage, 50 to 60 days after planting, you can apply the CAN, which will support the kernel and the cob development. Now, if you follow this plan, you'll definitely manage to get bigger crops. But as a caution, make sure that you apply the fertilizers when the soil is moist or wet, and the fertilizer should not come into contact with the leaves nor the stem, as it will cause a scorching. Now, if you found this helpful, make sure that you hit the like and subscribe for more farming tips.